Hey Matthew, it's Mom. I'm trying a new recipe from this cookbook. I'm sorry, it's backwards again. I need to figure out how to fix that. And it's called Parmesan Zucchini Noodles with Roasted Tomatoes. And now that I'm thinking about it, I forgot my tomatoes. So let me get those real quick. Anywho, so it starts out with these little strings of zucchini. I hope you can see it. I keep hearing about it, but I've never tried it before. I tried it first with this vegetable peeler. It didn't work very well. So then I used this vegetable peeler, and if you don't have one and you want one, I can get you one. And I know you don't like to, do anything that might cut your hand, so I'm holding it down with a fork. I don't know if you can see it over here. And then I'm just going to take this and make ribbons. And I washed my zucchini just like I always do with soap and water, and then I just keep doing this until you get down to the seed part and end up with all these little julienne, maybe they're called. I don't know, I'm not a fancy chef. And then we're going to put them in the pan right there that I've got olive oil, pretty good amount. And once you get down the seeds, normally I would save this, but the weekend's coming and I know I'm not going to use it. Let me wash my tomatoes real quick. Sorry I didn't think of this before. And I'm just going to cut these in half. No special way, just whichever way the knife lands on them. And I'm going to saute these up first because I think they'll take a little longer to cook. You don't have to slice them up if you don't want to, but I think it really helps. And I don't eat salt if I can help it, but I am going to put a little salt on these tomatoes because it really brings out the flavor. And I think a little bit won't hurt me. So that's that. So let's try this and see if it works. So I've got the tomatoes. I'm going to put in first. It's on about, lost one. On about 6. Evidently a little hot. Might not want to have it on 6. That's very exciting. All right, let's take that off because this is splattering everywhere. You get to see my mistake. I don't even know if I have salt. Shoot, where's the salt? So I'm just going to use a pinch of salt. As you can tell, I've taken it off the fire because, well, it's splattering. Those are going to cook pretty quick, and decide whether to turn that heat down or not. I really think I want it on higher. So, and I've got some fresh thyme that I've been growing. It's really easy to grow. You could grow it like on a patio or on a balcony. And the recipe called for Parmesan cheese, but all I have is Pecorino Romano. It's a little stronger, so I'm not going to use quite as much. And here's the thyme, and I'll show you how to take it off the little sprigs. A little bit of lemon juice. Should have read the directions, but as usual, I didn't. All right, see these tomatoes? There we go. Looking pretty good. So I'm going to dump all this zucchini in. That's a lot of zucchini. These were 3 decent-sized zucchinis and 1 little tiny one. So if you were doing this, you can buy the zucchini, in packages, which is what I did. I don't normally do that. I normally buy them just an individual. And did I say I've never done this before? Seems to be working, I think. I'm kind of guessing since they're cut thin, it's going to cook pretty quick. And of course, if you didn't want to take the time to cut these thin, just slice them thin. That would work fine. I just keep hearing about this zucchini spaghetti idea, and finally saw a recipe for it in my new cookbook, so I thought, well, let's give it a go. See what happens. So let me read the directions. Haven't done that yet. It's preheat oven. Well, we're not doing it in the oven. We're doing the cherry tomatoes like this. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which is probably what I had. Swirl it around to coat the bottom, which I did. Add the zucchini noodles. Stirring constantly for 2 minutes until wilted. All right. So far, so good. Keep that moving. Then it says add the lemon juice. How much lemon juice? 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. Well, I'm not measuring it. We'll guesstimate it. Thyme and remaining salt, which I'm not putting more salt on it because I wanted it just for the tomatoes. Ooh, and pepper. Toss lightly until well combined. All right, well, I'm going to cook these till they look like I would want to eat them. I want mine a little more tender than that. I'm guessing it's soaking up that oil too. And I'm going to hit it with the lemon juice at the end. And I'm guessing once I get that cheese in there, it's going to get gooey. And I wish I had more tomatoes, but that's all I have left, so that's what we're using. All right. That looks pretty good. Cheese. A little bit of pepper, because I do like pepper. I know you're not a fan of pepper, but sometimes it's really good. Just a tiny bit, too. And then for this, what you want to do, it has the little leaves on it. You want to hold one in and just pull the little leaves off like that. I'm going to turn that fire back down. And fresh thyme is so good. Should have added this at the very end. Let's do that. Let's get that cheese going. Okay, this is starting to look promising. Now it's said to use, what am I looking at? Olive oil, ground black pepper, a 1/2 cup of finely grated Parmesan cheese. Well, the Pecorino Romano, I use the box grater, which I know you don't like. Just go slow. So I'm going to put the thyme in at the end because it's so yummy. And mix that up good. Turn that fire off. Hey Jeff, we're ready to eat. Surprise. We're ready to eat. This went quicker than I thought. Now that it's off the fire, I'm going to hit it with 1.5 tablespoons. That looks good. And smells good. I'm thinking a little more pepper just because I like pepper. And if you don't have the fresh thyme or don't want to deal with that, you can always use your, wait for it, Italian seasoning. And what you can do is put it on your cutting board and take the back of a spoon and press it, and that kind of releases some of the oils and aromatics. But that's that. So there you go. I think it looks pretty, and I'll let you know how it tastes. And I'm going to serve it with some brown bread that I didn't toast, but you can if you want to, and I put a little olive oil on that, and then we'll be good to go.